Hi guys, since we're learning about animals right now, and normally a couple of times a week I would be reading you a story that goes along with one of our other lessons, like we've been reading Molly to go along with social studies. So typically I would pull some books on animals, and I think before we left school we had read a few. So I wanted to read to you Wonderful Worms. So let's get started on that. Earthworms are fat and wiggly, like my fingers and toes. They live where it is cool and dark and damp, where roots spread out like underground trees. Worms feel sounds with their whole bodies. They feel thunder when I walk. They are wonderful diggers. They dig passageways and burrows, but they don't use shovels or fingers or toes. How do they do it? They eat their way through and move along. They stretch out long and thin and squeeze in short and fat. Stretch and squeeze, eat and dig, move and dig. So worms are segmented, and if you've ever watched a worm move along, that is, they plump up and then they thin out, and they plump up and they thin out, and that's how they move along. Earthworms mix and turn the dirt as they dig and tunnel in the earth. If you're going to plant a garden, earthworms are really good for your soil. They make the soil soft and airy so the roots of plants can breathe and grow. Worms don't have eyes or ears or a nose. They do have a mouth. And they need food just like I do, but they eat dirt and rotting leaves. So that would make them what is called a decomposer. And through some of your notes, you may have come across that. Decomposers break things down, usually things that are already dead, like rotting leaves. So earthworms are called decomposers. They swallow tiny pieces, and inside the worms, the food changes. When it comes out of their tail end, it makes the earth rich so plants can grow. So earthworms also do what is called filtering. So the soil goes in, and then it sort of becomes a little richer, and then it comes out the other end of the worm. And they are really good for soil. Like I said, especially if you're going to plant a garden of any kind, earthworms are really, really good for your soil. Earthworms are my helpers, the underground gardeners. We work hard in the dirt in my garden. They're home. That was a beautiful book. I enjoyed reading it to you. And I'll have a few other animal books that I have that I'll be reading to you throughout our lesson on animals, and then after spring break, animal habitats.